The third week in a row we can present a split 5 race, and with that, welcome to the final race for the European time slot. Remember, we have the Clio of SoF America time slot tomorrow to broadcast as well, but today we focus on split 5 racing for the third time this season. This is amazing. We don't have history to talk about split 5 at Tsukuba. Not the worst thing in the world, we just create our own history for split 5 here today. And step 1, as always by now, you know it, we take a look at the starting grid to see how qualifying went, and then I'll meet you back for the start of the race. Split number 5. James Moore. Last season he won in split 4. He is in P2. Maybe he's the favorite. Maybe Pulsito Cedric Gouillon can push through. Let's find out together. Split 5. Let's go racing. And that's not 19 cars. I can already tell this is not 19 cars. How many have actually taken the start? Either way, turn 1, let's see. So far so good. 16 cars with a 17th starting from the pits. Surprise! The driver with the iRating of 37 has not participated. Surprise! Bernard Rache. Ooh. Interesting. Almost went over him there. Yeah, welcome to Bottom Split Racing! Losada! Oh my good. Oh, we are in for a treat. We are in for a treat, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now Holstrom finally out of the wall after that incident. Well, 1, 2, 3 are gone. Then there's a big pack from 4 to 9. Which we can see right here. Wesley van Houten, P7, car 7, started in 7, wants to get P6, gets P6 against Andre Kern. Maybe Kern can counter though. Tries it, gets it, and back in P6. Andre Kern. Yeah, one thing you probably notice is that the driver counter says 20 at the left side, even though and at the top, and even though we only have 19 cars. Yes, there's a reason for this. My good friend Julian, who sadly wasn't able to participate. Nice kill. Oh boy. Do you think I know how the replays are gonna look like? I think so. Either way. Yeah, my good friend Julian, who is usually driving, he had PC issues. So he only had his somewhat old laptop. So he went to spectate split 5 to get me a replay just in case. So this is why the number of drivers is not the number of drivers. I mean, only 17 took the start to begin with. Michael Pratt, one of the familiar names for us. What are the other names? James Moore, of course, Wesley van Houten, and like I said, Michael Pratt, the 3. Oh my goodness, it continues. Michael Pratt gets collected. We are only on lap 3, ladies and gentlemen. And turn 8, we had 3 incidents already in 3 laps. Not amazing. Good for Cedric Gouillot, James Moore and Matthew Moreau to get away from this. Just get away from this. So far so good after 3.5 minutes. Oh, and because of that, Jose Fernandez in the pits. Not surprised by that, to be honest. After what we have seen. Yeah, iRating average of 909. No wonder if we have a 37 IR tanker in this lobby. 37, why do you go so low with your iRating? Doesn't matter, let's focus on the race. Van Houten and Kern still fighting for P6. Kern made a mistake apparently by the gap between them. Matthew Moreau is chasing James Moore. As I mentioned already, he has won Split 4 last season, which was last time we were here, 2 seasons ago. Back then Split 4 was the bottom split. Losada and Kosmeier, Willem Kosmeier, 807 iRating, but good performance so far. Would be a nice IR gain for him as the number 13 car, but we have seen this off already in the history of the SoF in the bottom split. Bringing it home sometimes is the big task. Maybe Willem can get it. But first he has to fight against the highest rated driver in this race, Dani Losada, 1421 iRating. Knows when to upshift. This is a big plus. And then behind him, Wesley Van Houten got away from Andre Kern and Michael Pratt, who is now driving on his own after being collected there. Ignacio Rui was one of the incidents in turn 8. Is in P9, and Ricky Holstrom and number 6 is Andre Kern. Okay, he was lapped. Ricky Holstrom behind him. Goes a bit wide. Hope everything went alright. It's moved. The car is moving apparently. All good. But yes, the top 3, I would say they have split 4 pace at the very least. At the very, very least, they have split 4 pace. Because look at the gap, 6.7 seconds to Willem Kosmeier, who has Dani Losada behind him, then Wesley Van Houten, Andre Kern, Michael Pratt, Ignacio Rui and Dennis Schropp, the last one in the top 10. We were driving with him, he is chasing Ignacio. Maybe now goes to the inside, late break maybe, but remember, easy to lock. Yep, easy to lock up. There's no need to drive further into him, Dennis. Oh boy. Yeah, it's bottom split racing. What more can I say? We expect things like this. But maybe people can learn from it. Because there are, like I said, we have drivers in here we are familiar with. They have experience. And surprisingly, these are the drivers in the higher half of the grid. And maybe some of the second half can learn and improve. Improvement is the name of the game. We talk about it every time. Even though you're in Split 5 this week, doesn't mean you have to stay in Split 5 forever. Gouillot extends his lead to James Moore by 1 second. Then Matthew Moreau, 2.5 seconds, not able to stay with them, but look at the gap to P4, 6.7 seconds. He just has to drive. He just has to drive and he has a P3. Jose Fernandez, P17. Oh, car in the wall. Kercher livery. Losada! This was Losada! That was a big time loss. I would assume a Laka. Yeah, Michael Pratt. I start to get a bit worried as the race goes on. Losada again. Ooh, that cutback was scary. Ugh. That was one scary move. Michael Pratt. The more experienced driver. Andre Kern. We see him for the first time. If my memory serves me right. And now Dani Losada, turn 8. Ooh, watch out, watch out. But hey, we got an overtake. Oh, and we got a car in the wall. Yep. Yep. Nerkis Chagri. P14. Does it cost him any positions? Take a look at the map. No. Not really. Pratt, Losada, Kian 3 wide. Oh, please no. And Losada, another lockup. The pace is there. Ooh, battle for the lead. Michael Pratt, I want to say. James Moore takes the lead. Against Cedric Guyot here on lap 10. Prepare to see a lot of turn 8 highlight clips. Oh, come on, guys. Come on! Was that necessary, especially as the lap... What happened to Michael Pratt? What happened to Pratt? I have no clue. Either way. Guyot, Moore, Morrow. The top 3, 8.6 seconds away from Willem Kosmeijer, who has Wesley van Houten behind him. So the top 5, and then a big gap to Andre Kern, 7.8 seconds. Ignacio Rui and Bernardo Rojo. Oh, come on. This is getting ridiculous now. Oh boy. You know, sometimes I get asked, hey, do you regret saying you record and broadcast all splits? And the answer is yes. The answer is absolutely yes. I regret it. Oh my goodness gracious. This was a disgrace. But on the other hand, it looked kind of funny, to be honest, how the car was spinning in the air. But okay. If you're James Moore and Cedric Guyot and you come around the corner and you see that, what goes through your mind? What goes through your mind? We will have a clip in the highlight package of James Moore driving around turn. Do I really have to continue this? Do we really have to continue this? You know, I know sometimes I try to see the positive, sometimes I get a bit snappy, sometimes I'm really brutal on commentary, and after the next sentence you can guess what mode I am in. This is the worst SoF race I've ever seen in my life. Thank goodness we are only with 2 minutes left, which is a shame for Moore, Guyot and Moreau. They drive fantastically. They have nothing to do with my mood. Kosmai and Van Houten, fine. I mean, they're 10 seconds behind them, but they're racing each other. It's fine. Andre Kern, I have not seen something really egregious. Maybe a mistake here and there, but nothing egregious. But at a certain point, you start to think about stuff. And as I mentioned earlier, my friend Julian was spectating this race to deliver me a replay just in case, and he just said one sentence to me. You are about to see stuff. Now I know what he meant. Now I'm fully aware what he meant. Dennis Schropp. P9. In front of him is a lapped car. A heavily damaged lap car. "30 seconds on the clock. Schropp gets past the lapped car. Would love to see the leader as he's... Wait, we get the 15th lap. We will get one more lap after this. There's 10 seconds on the clock. They are in the final corner. So yeah, Moore, Guyot, and Moreau are on 15 lap pace. All three of them. Good job for the top three. Van Houten and Kosmaier in 4 and 5. They would be on a 14 lap pace. Nothing against that. They have driven decently, just a bit slower. But oh boy, this race. I thought that retaliation we saw in Lebanon in bottom split was bad. But the racing here, brother! Can Pratt fight for P6? Pratt stays behind, knows this is not the opportunity for him. Good awareness. And now we wait for all the cars to finish their race. Yeah, you have to drive one more lap, ladies and gentlemen, because these are the winners and podium. Moore, Guyot, and Moreau. Good job from you three. Nothing against you. You are not the reason why I am in a bad mood. But we have to talk about the driving standards in this one. Kosmaier, Van Houten. Fine. Fine racing. Fought against each other fairly. Same goes for Andre Kern and Michael Pratt. Fred saw about an opportunity on the final lap, saw it was not there, stayed behind it for turn 4. Fine. But my vocabulary for nice words is about to end real quick, I believe. The less I say, the better, I believe. We are just waiting for a few more cars, 11, 12, and 13. And to some of the drivers in this race, I have to say, driving school wouldn't be a bad thing, you know? Sorry to be that harsh. Either way, these are the results, and now you know what? Let's jump to the standings, shall we? Let's get this done, shall we? Let's find our highest ranked split 5 driver after this. Can we call it race? Can we call it destruction derby? I'm not too sure about it, to be fully honest. But either way, there has to be a driver somewhere. We are scrolling a lot this week. Have I missed someone? No, I haven't. Still looking. James Moore in P97. Second race of the season. Congratulations to him. Deserved victory. But like I said, the top 3, they were good in this race. The top 3 were good. And he is in P97 out of 223. And now let's see how the Split 5 standings are looking, and James Moore is leading there as well, with Michael Pratt in P2, who drove all 3 Split 5 races, and Wesley Van Houten in P3 as well. So these are the drivers we have seen the most in Split 5 racing, and the rest has 1 race each, it looks like. Yes, so the fluctuation of drivers, of course, is pretty high, but this is to be expected. Moore, Pratt, Van Houten, our top 3. Now let's watch some lowlights of the race. I'm sorry, I have to call it as it is. I won't sugarcoat it. It is what it is. Let's watch a few highlights, and then we hope that the Clio SoF of America race tomorrow will be better. Please, SOFA, please make your broadcaster happy again. Either way, let's watch some lowlights. See you tomorrow. Take care.